Hey guys, here I got something for you. I'm trying to use a rope. I don't want to use an air compressor, and I wanted to be confident that I can take my time to do this job without fearing that my air compressor is going to fail on me or have a leak and drop a valve. So what I decided to do is I decided to use a rope. It's an old trick. It's been used for many years. I did not come up with it. But I am one of the only ones that has this video decided to record it, use a rope on the 2006 750 Li Bmw E62 engine to perform the valve stem seals to replace it. So I've seen a lot of people drop valves. I've seen a lot of people have the fear. A lot of people are scared to do the job because they're scared to drop the valve, which obviously creates another hassle. Here with the rope, it's pretty awesome because what you want to do is you want to put the engine in TDC just so you can remove the rocker off the spring. Now, when you do that is you put the engine on TDC, you compress the spring with the AGA tool. Everything is still attached. Everything is still attached as is. Your keepers are still in there. You compress the spring, and once you compress it deep enough, you should be able to remove the rocker. Now, with the valve still compressed, what you want to do is you want to rotate the engine so your cylinder drops down so you can put the rope in. And as you're putting in the rope, what you want to do is you want to twist the rope so it creates a nice round shape. Now mind you still have your valve compressed. This valve spring is compressed. And once you have it compressed enough and you used about 4 or 5 feet of rope, what you want to do is then rotate the engine. When you rotate the engine, your valve should jump up and your spring still should be down. If the valve does not drop up, that just means that you don't have the rope properly, so you have to pull the rope out again, reinstall it, keep twisting it till you make a nice round circle. But if you do, if you have it right, your valve would come up. Now when the valve comes up, doesn't mean you're going to remove the keepers. What you want to do first thing first is with the spring compressed, the valve up, you want to push on the valve without removing anything. And when you push on the valve, you don't want to see the valve go down at all. If it doesn't go down, means the rope is doing its job. Now what I use is I use a 3/8 nylon rope 5 feet long. And obviously as I was putting it in the spark plugs, I kept twisting it, rotating it, and created a circle. So now, once the valve is up and you're secure now, you touched it, you pushed it by hand, it's not going anywhere. Grab the magnet, get the keepers out. Once you get the keepers out, you release the tension and you remove the spring. When you remove the spring, obviously you're going to change the seal. And you repeat this process. Now, this is awesome actually to use a rope because you don't need an air compressor. You could do it at a garage. It doesn't matter if you live in an apartment complex. You don't have that extra noises. You could even work late doing this job because now you don't have that noise. Your neighbors don't complain. Your wife don't complain. And the reason why I like this method as well is whenever you get tired, we all have friends that like to come and watch us what we're doing. So as soon as you get tired, we all get tired, our backs get sore, so it's always great to have another friend continue the job for you without having the fear that he's going to drop the valve. Because now you're secure. You don't have to worry about dropping the valve at this point because you made sure that the rope did its job. You can take a break and switch off, and actually the process can get a lot faster done. Faster than we like to think actually. So, and you get to spend time with some friends, have a few beers, and continue the process, and don't have to worry about having the fear of dropping the valve. What happens is when you use the air, really you get the paranoia. Is the air going to stop? Am I going to lose this? Am I going to lose that? Is my valve going to drop? Is this going to do? Is that going to do? It's paranoia kicks in and you kind of try to hurry up. And when you hurry up, guess what? We tend to screw up things. And the whole point of doing this job ourselves is obviously to save money. And it's a very doable job by all means. Last thing we want to do is drop a valve and create a bigger mess. and deal with a whole nother animal than what we intended to do. So if you guys have any questions, look us up on Facebook. We rent the AGA tool as well. We have over 52 tools that we rent, and we also have a Facebook group that a lot of members who've done the job themselves always are up for helping each other, commenting on each other. It's great because if you have a question, you run into some issue, you snap a picture, record a video, upload it. Obviously it's 2017, everybody's got Facebook. And if you don't, you can just create one. It takes only a few seconds. And, you know, share your knowledge. Share your knowledge if you have a better idea of ways doing it. And if you don't, you know, there's no such thing as too much knowledge. It's always great to have a second opinion to see what other people say about it. So again, if you guys are interested in renting the tool, we do rent the tools. We also sell the seals for this job as well. Our phone number is 414-629-6459. My name is Tony, and you're more than welcome to come to our Facebook group and see, look, read, do your homework. It's a really easy job once you get the valve covers removed. Now this is what I meant by, I'm going to grab a screwdriver, I'm going to push on it, again, just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Now them old valve stems, the seals, they like to be stubborn. They don't come out as easy as we expect them to come out. You gotta try multiple different tries till you get them out this way. And I'll tell you one thing. If I was using air, I'd be paranoid that I'm gonna push or move the valve and make it leak and my valve will go drop down. But in this case, I don't have that fear. Because now I know I will be moving the valve a little bit because you have to move it back and forth. And before the seal comes out. These seals actually take pretty good power to get them out. Again, here's this. Finally got the seal out. Here's the old seal. No wonder it was leaking oil. Here you go. I'm pushing on it by hand. It's still not going nowhere. I'm confident that the rope was doing what it's supposed to be doing, so I had no problem with removing everything of it to let it go. Now that I'm safe and secure, I can move on and continue doing it. Basically repeat the same process, putting it in once you got the keepers on. Here's a new seal. Now I dip my seals in oil. I don't like to use the grease. It's the same concept. So I just dip the whole seal in oil and then I run it through the valve stem, install it. It literally, the best thing to do is you do 2 cylinders a day. Obviously, your first cylinder, till you understand what you're doing, is going to take you a few hours. But once you do that, all the other ones, you'll be flying through them. Now, I personally don't like that first cylinder. No, second cylinder, the first intake one. I personally do not like it. Now, remember one thing. When installing these keepers, the thicker side goes inside the tool, so the thin side stays up. Watch at the end. I will post a picture what you want your valves to look like once it's all installed and what you don't want it to look like when it's installed. I purposely installed one of the keepers wrong just so I could take a picture and show it to people with the thin side inside the tool, so when you put it on, the thick side would be, which is wrong. You don't want that. You want the thick side to be on top once it's in the valve. So again, can't express it enough. You want the thick side of the keepers to go inside your tool, so when you install it, the thin part goes under and the thick side holds your spring. Now here's the difference. The top one is right, with the keepers thick part staying up, and the bottom one was